So up to this point, we have seen many simple 2D geometries in AutoCAD, for example, line, polyline, arc, circles, and ellipses. There is also a different kind of geometry in AutoCAD which is called region. And you can make region using the completely closed geometries. So let's make simple geometries here. I'll make a geometry with this circle tool and another one with this rectangle. Also, I'll make a geometry using this line command here. Now in this case, if you select these geometries, you'll see the normal grips, and also the behavior of this object will be of a polyline because it's made up of a polyline. Now if you select the circle, here also we have the simple grips. You can modify these objects like this using these grips, and its behavior will be very much similar to that of a circle. In this case, obviously we have these separate lines. You can select them and their behavior will be something like that of a line. Now once we convert these objects into region, their behavior will completely change. And in order to convert it into region, you can use its command equivalent region, that's region, or you can go to this draw panel, expand it, and select the region tool. Now I'll select this region tool, and now click on this circle and press enter. So now this object has been converted into a region, although we still have the circle just right behind this, but we now have a new object also here. Now here in this case, we have a simple polyline. Let's convert this one into also a region. So I'll select the region, I'll click on this and press enter. We again have a new region here. Now I'll convert this object into a region. In this case, you can see that we can select it separately. Let's now go to region tool and select all of these objects and press enter. Now when I move my cursor, you can see that we have a region here as seen on the tooltip, and the complete geometry will be selected. So in all of these three cases, we had completely closed geometry. That's why I was able to convert them into region, and that's one of the conditions which needs to be fulfilled for converting an object into a region. Okay, so now we have the regions. Let's look at the difference here. So I'll select this object, and obviously I select the region, and I'll simply move it from this point. So I'll select the grip and move it here. Now that's the region, and this is simple line geometry which we initially had. Now in this case, the object will behave as a rigid geometry. As you can see that I can move it directly using my grips. Even in this case, I have this region, and if I move it, I can simply move it using my grips. It's completely rigid shape. But in this case, the original rectangle, if you move it with these grips, it will deform, it will stretch, and it will behave accordingly. So that's one of the differences. Now another difference between a region and a common geometry is the ability to perform Boolean operations. So I'll explain it in a moment. For that, I'll just clean this drawing area. So I have this region. Also, I'll select this circle and I'll separate this region. Now I'll remove all of these geometries. They are no longer required. Now we have this circle, which is a region, and also this rectangle, which is a region. Now I'll move them one over another in this overlapping position, just like this. And let's make 3 copies. So go to copy tool, and the second copy and third copy. Now all of these objects are made with region. Now let's select the union tool, the first Boolean operation. So I'll type union and press enter. Now you need to select the first object and the second object and press enter. And look at the geometry now. So both of these geometries now combined, and they combine to form a single region like this, which is a completely rigid shape, just like this. Okay, now let's type subtract and press enter. So that's the second Boolean operation. Now for subtract, you need to first select the object which you want to retain. In this case, we want to retain this object. Press enter. Now click on the object which you want to subtract. Now in this case, when I select the rectangle, this portion, the common portion of rectangle and circle, will be subtracted. And also this remaining part of the rectangle will be erased. So let's select it, press enter, and here we have it. Now this part has been removed, and also the remaining object has been removed because we selected the circle initially. Now let's reverse the process. I'll press Ctrl Z and I'll type subtract again. And now in this case, I'll select this rectangle first. Now press enter, select the circle, and you obviously know what will happen this time. Here we have it. The circle will be removed from this rectangle or this rectangular region. Now in this case, I'll use the third Boolean operation, which is intersect. So let's type intersect. Now in this case, only the common portion of intersecting geometries will be retained. So I'll select the first object, the second one, both of them are regions, press enter, and we only have the common region from both of these geometries. So in this way, we can use the Boolean operations on the region objects. And that's all about the region tool.